Over 4,000 nurses has walked off the job, making it one of the largest nurses' strike in Massachusetts history. Was this all about money, or there's more to the story? Let's take a look at this.
Nurses at Brigham and Women's Hospital have walked off the job. They're on strike this morning amid contract negotiations with their employer. This is the largest nurses' strike in Massachusetts history. WBZ's Penny Kmitt is right in the thick of it. Penny, it is loud and there's a lot of energy out there.
Chris, it is very loud, and I can say I've honestly never seen a strike like this. Thousands and thousands of nurses outside of Brigham and Women's. I mean, the road, it's nearly impossible to get through with traffic. They're starting to close it off, a matter of fact. We have a sea of nurses out here from all different departments. This is day one of what will likely be a 5-day strike. The nurses tell me they planned on it only being 1 day, but that the hospital locked them out for 5 days. And as a result, the hospital says they have brought in about 1,300 replacement nurses from across the country. This started just about...
Hold on. So this is the first thing that caught my attention, right? If the hospital can afford to bring in 1,300 replacement nurses from all across the country, this has to cost them over hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, right? Why not use this money to invest into the nurses that you already have? I'm no means saying the hospital is wrong, but I just think that's a fair question.
30 minutes ago, but the contract has been up in the air since March, I'm told. The main sticking point is pay. For months, Mass General Brigham has been negotiating 2 contracts. One of them is for the 4,000 nurses here at Brigham and Women's, the other for 500 home care clinicians. The Massachusetts Nursing Association says the hospital is proposing 0% raises. The hospital responds to this.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. The union is saying one thing, the hospital is saying something completely different. Now, before we pick sides, remember, we're getting 2 versions of the story here. It is very important to understand both perspectives before we jump to conclusions.
By saying that their nurses are some of the highest paid in the country with an average salary of nearly $150,000. They also say their proposal continues offering nurses a 5% annual pay raise, but the nurses out here say that doesn't even cover inflation.
Some of the smallest NICU babies.
Now, people gonna hear $150K and say, why are they striking? But remember, salary does not always tell the full story. How much overtime are these nurses working? What's the cost of living in Boston, right? Why are some nurses talking about staffing and patient safety? Well, that's a bigger conversation.
We have, patients that need to go, babies that need to go to children's will come to deliver here. And you have to have a well-oiled machine team. They have to be on their A game, know what to do. Seconds matter with some of these babies. So we need to be inside taking care of our patients, not out here. This is on the Brigham, not on us.
All right, and looking down the road here, it looks like the police have totally blocked off Francis Street. The hospital responded to us with a statement. They said, quote, "Our highest priority is the safety and well-being of our patients. Brigham and Women's Hospital remains open and fully operational, and patients should continue to come to scheduled appointments. But as I mentioned, the roads being closed might be very difficult to get here. This is expected to go on for several days. I'm told they will be out here 24/7 until an agreement is reached. We are seeing nurses walk out of the building being met with their fellow nurses in chants, tears even in some cases. A lot of passion out here. It is very loud. It'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. Live in Boston.
Now, I want to hear from you. Do you support these nurses, or do you think the hospital is right? If your hospital should announce a strike tomorrow, would you walk out or would you continue to work? Let me know in the comments.